Happy holidays, everybody. This is Chibi, and this is going to be the final day of 12 days of anime. And I was thinking while I was doing this, you know what? I'm going to throw out our standard thing of what I usually do on the other days of anime. I'm going to take a look back at anime 2013 and see what truly was just good highlights of this entire year. Now, of course, I didn't put every anime in this video when I talk about, so I'm sorry if your personal favorites are not in this video. And there's a lot of other series that I really do want in this video also, but I don't have time to be able to do. So anyways, let's begin on this last day of anime and tell me what you think. Let's begin. There's 14 anime that I'm going to be mentioning in this video that I'm going to be talking about and saying that are major highlights of this year that have done something very unexpected and just done something that's really enjoyable. They could either be season 2s or they could have been just a really good run up until the very end. It doesn't matter. I want to discuss these certain few anime just to give something for all of you to be able to watch and have something to enjoy on your either Christmas school break or your vacation from work. It does not matter. I want this video to just be able to have something for all of you to enjoy this Christmas. Well, everybody, let's start off with Matsumoto. If anyone remembers my day of anime I dedicated to Matsumoto, then you should already know what this series is about. Matsumoto, if you want a dark humor, something that is just a character you can put your shoes into, and something that is awe-inspiring with the characters, that the entire story is driven by the characters, and will have you shocked at the very end, and just a really great little series that manages to touch your heart in ways that you never would have thought about a character, especially that is as dirty and messed up as Kuroki, when you could see what inside of her thoughts really are like. And that is what makes Matsumoto such a good series, because Kuroki is one of the best female characters I have seen in this entire year of anime, and she is definitely just something to enjoy watching. Let's move on to number 2. Attack on Titan or Shingeki no Kyojin. Either way you want to call this series was by far probably the best series of this entire year, and all around it had the most publicity, popularity, sold over 20 million copies of its manga volumes, and it has just been nationwide, entire worldwide, just everybody enjoying this series. I mean, Attack on Titan is the thing now. It is literally like almost in the big 3, and it basically is in the big 3. I mean, One Piece sells the most, but Attack on Titan is right underneath it in sales, and that is scary. And Attack on Titan deserves to be on this list to show to anyone that hasn't seen Attack on Titan yet, you need to go see this series, because this series will grab you with it's just heart-pumping action with its intense freaking plot that'll have amazing plot twists. You'll never know what is going to happen. And those visual effects, the way they manage to throw in sometimes CGI with some awesome freaking just animation fighting, they do a good job of telling a good story about something that we normally never get to see in an anime. And Attack on Titan deserves to be on this list to show to all of you. Number 3. Rozen Maiden 2013. Being a big fan of the first 2 seasons and the OVA series, I had to watch Rozen Maiden 2013. Now, the actual original Rozen Maiden series, they followed the manga to a certain extent, but they kind of veered off in Season 2. Now, Rozen Maiden 2013 follows the actual manga series to heart, and it does a good job of telling the story of our main characters and getting to see how the Rozen Maiden dolls just cooperate in this actual season. You get to see a lot more different character personality. It's a really good series that I enjoyed watching. It has a dark doll theme. I'm very creeped out about dolls. So that's a little bit of a story for all of you if you didn't realize that. Dolls absolutely scare me. And that is why I originally started Rozen Maiden, because I wanted to watch a horror type, creepy anime. But it turned around, this series is really compelling. It's just, you normally don't get to see an anime about actual dolls that fight and try to kill each other, and just the dark, darkness atmosphere of this series. It's just something unique to this series that Rozen Maiden really does portray really well. And I recommend watching this series. This is actually discussing Season 3 of Rozen Maiden. So if you're interested in the series and you actually like the looks, the way the visuals are, go watch the first Rozen Maiden season, because it's a really good series. I recommend it, and you'll most likely enjoy it if you're into this type of anime. It kind of reminds me of Another. If anyone remembers Another, it kind of is like that with the atmosphere-wise. Well, anyways, let's move on to number 4. Bloodlad. Oh, man, I thought I saw everything when I started this anime, but of course I really did not. An otaku blood-sucking vampire that's into anime and just Yeah, that's something unique I have never seen, actually, in an anime. I don't know if any of you else have seen something like that, but that is weird in of itself. And Staz is just a really good character that is just all-around portrayed really well. Usually when we think of the vampire, he's blood-sucking, first for blood, and wants to just eat anyone in his sight. But Staz is kind of different, actually, in this series. I mean, of course he likes blood and all that, but the way they go the type of shonen anime jump type feel, it's a really nice, good feel to the series. The series conclusion, though, it was very poorly written. I mean, it was literally like, okay, imagine a cliff, and here's the cliff, straight down drop. That's literally how Blood Lad was. Ended after 10 episodes, and just, the ending wasn't satisfying. I'm going to be honest there, the ending wasn't satisfying, but the series in a whole entire run was a good watch, and I did have enjoyment watching that series, because there was a lot of good comedy gags, parodies, references to other anime, that a lot of people will really be satisfied with if you catch on to what they are. Blood Lad is definitely a series if you want to have something to smile at this holiday season and just, you know, have a good laugh. Moving on to number 5, Sunday Without God. This series I actually just covered literally yesterday, but I want to rediscuss again a little bit more in depth since I only managed to cover episode 3 of the series. But Sunday Without God is a series that is... the atmosphere is so different, because when you take an actual thing to where, like, God has abandoned the entire world, and then you force these people that cannot die to keep coming back into, like, zombies, basically, it just adds an entirely new feel and light to a series and atmosphere to an anime, let alone when you have great music and visuals that really complement all the scenes and characters. Now, The Sunday Without God, it was a really good series. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but the ending, like I said in my other one I was just discussing about with Blood Lad, it didn't have a really good conclusive ending. It really left on a cliffhanger, but I have hope that eventually this series might have a season 2. I really do love the entire atmosphere of the series, the way they managed to portray all the different plot elements and plot twists, and the crazy miracles that come up, like our major main character death on episode 3, that was just so shocking, and I cannot believe what exactly happened in the series with just... wow, the series actually had its drama moments with great emotional build-up that I didn't expect from a series. It definitely managed to actually heart-touch me again when I sat back and rewatched episode 3 yesterday. So I will say this, if you want something that would probably get you and hit you in the heart, this series is definitely for you. Number 6. Now, this series is currently going to be airing right now and until the next freaking Winter 2014 season, so it's technically not over yet. But the reason why I want to discuss this anime is because of certain things that make this series so freaking epic. Kill la Kill. Wow, this series is something unique. I mean, the art style in of itself is something different. It kind of reminds me of Gurren Lagann and actually Fully Cooley. Okay, imagine Gurren Lagann and Fully Cooley coming together and having a baby. That's exactly what Kill la Kill is, with its freaking over-the-top visuals that'll make your eyes want to pop out of their head. Because the animation is not top quality like we see in other anime, but what makes Kill la Kill's animation so awesome is because of the wackiness of it, the way they managed to portray it with the animation and managed to complement the characters with it. It really just suits in the world. It makes the world feel cartoonish, but at the same time, it still adds that serious effect in certain instances. Like the latest couple episodes, I'm not going to spoil, but holy mother of son of a otaku lords, that freaking the fights in this series of Kill la Kill are awe-inspiring, and it reminds me of Shonen Jump anime. It's so crazy, the fights you will see in this series. You'll never expect a series like Kill la Kill about uniforms that actually give people powers to actually be this amazing. Kill la Kill is definitely, if I haven't saw Attack on Titan this year, if I did not see it at all, I would definitely declare Kill la Kill the best anime of this year if I haven't already seen Attack on Titan. That's how great Kill la Kill is. I recommend all people to watch it if you're interested into an action delinquent anime that has just great freaking battle animation. Oh, you'll love it. Okay, this next anime I'm going to cover has a little bit of upsetment about me, and I did rant it in a video a long time ago. I mean, a big rant. But if I look past the ending, the way the ending was portrayed, the final 3 episodes, if I just cut that completely from the story, then I'll say Oreimo Season 2 was a great freaking series. Now, I'm going to be honest, I hated the ending of Oreimo. I really hated it. If you're going to watch the series, I recommend, personally, to just drop the series after episode 13. When you watch episode 13 of Season 2, do not continue on. You'll completely destroy all feelings for yourself for this series if you continue on, because I know for a fact, when I saw those last 3 episodes, any emotion and character development that we got for the entire series was destroyed. But if you end it after Season 2's 13th episode, you'll be happy with the actual ending, and at the same time, you'll still have your awesome feels for the series. And if you haven't seen the series yet, I recommend do what I just said, because you do not want to spoil this great series for yourself. Now, I want to tell you this, Oreimo, this series I actually was really looking forward to this entire year. I mean, I was excited so much for Oreimo Season 2. So I remember the awesome Season 1 of Oreimo. I remember watching it just because of the shut-in sister, because that's exactly how I used to be when I used to hide my anime and manga and all that. So it was just so awesome getting to see a character that's kind of like myself, and that is why I enjoyed Oreimo so much. And then Season 2 came around, I was like, oh yes, it's awesome, it's great. It really was a good series, and I enjoyed Oreimo Season 2 a lot. It was a good freaking season, up until that OVA specials that just basically regurgitated and vomited on the entire series. That's exactly what those OVA 3 episodes did to Oreimo Season 2. And so, I recommend watching this series if you want a good watch that'll have a nice, good character you can set your shoes into if you're had the same type of situations. And I will say this, like I said, I'm going to pre-warn you again, the ending ain't the greatest, so I recommend dropping the last 3 episodes of the series. Well, everybody, let's move on to the next one, shall we? One Piece Film Z. Oh, man, I covered this one on the second day of anime, and I really enjoyed this freaking movie. Oh, One Piece, by far, is a really good series. One of my favorite long-time running series in quite a long time. I mean, I remember catching up to it back in, like, 2010, when I first got into it, getting up to the Whitebeard arc. Oh, that was just freaking badass. And then this movie comes around. One Piece Film Z is just a great masterpiece that Oda Sensei has managed to actually create, and it's something amazing. The actual animation of the movie is something that is so different from One Piece. I mean, what I'm getting at is the animation is just so over the top, really high animation, that it makes you wonder if One Piece is to be like this type of animation all the time, how would the anime really be? Because the animation of One Piece Film Z was beautiful. Really beautiful animation with really believable fighting scenes. That Z was just a stunning villain that'll touch your heart with that ending. One Piece Film Z is definitely by far one of the best movies of the One Piece series because of the storytelling. You can tell Oda went full out on this series. I wish, I said it before in my day 2 of anime, I wish they would have dedicated filler art to Z just because of how awesome he was. And that is how great this movie really was in my heart, because I enjoyed it so much. And I recommend, if you haven't seen this movie, One Piece Film Z, you need to go see it. And if you haven't seen One Piece altogether, you need to go freaking watch it too, because it's a great freaking series. Why wouldn't you want to watch it? And don't give me that crap, oh, it's 600 freaking episodes or 1 million episodes. Don't give me that crap. I caught up to 470 episodes in a week and a half when I started this series, so I know for a fact you can catch up if you want to. But, I mean, it is crazy to try to catch up that many episodes. I don't guess a normal person would try to catch up that many episodes. But still, I want to say it's a good series. It deserves a watch if you haven't even started One Piece altogether. And let's move on to the next one, shall we? Inferno Cop. Okay, don't take this anime seriously at freaking all. This anime is unique in of itself. It's a short anime, like 3 to 4 minutes long. It doesn't last long. It's only like 12 or 13 episodes. And it's just a series that really will compel you because of the random crap that happens into it. I mean, it's just so freaking random. You try to get a gist of a plot, but don't try to. Just sit back, turn off your brain, enjoy the series, and just be happy with the random crap that's going on your screen. That is Inferno Cop. If you want a nice good gag anime that'll make you be like, lol, what? You just then watch it. It's a good series, won't take up much time. I'm willing to bet you can probably watch it in under an hour, the entire series. That's literally how short it is. Probably can watch it in about 30 to 40 minutes, actually, if I think about it, or even less than that. So, really, give Inferno Cop a try. It's not a long series. This definitely deserves a watch. It's made by the same creators that made the epic anime Kill La Kill. So, if you know, I just talked about that earlier in this video, then you should probably give Inferno Cop a try. You can definitely see the same similar animation styles you saw in Kill La Kill if you watch it quite long enough. So, let's move on, shall we? Kotoura Sun. Definitely one of the surprise drama, freaking comedy series of this year that managed to shock me with the type of drama it managed to portray. Definitely a good series I loved a lot. It didn't have a good ending. It really didn't. It was still left open, but I came to expect that with this type of anime. But the way they managed to add the actual plot of Kotora trying to gain friends because of her powers to read people's minds, it really adds just something unique to her character, and it makes you feel so sad for her because she's trying to make friends while people think she's a monster, being able to tell what their secrets are. And the drama aspect of Kotora is just something I love quite a bit in anime, and it's not something I've seen a lot in anime. It's just, it's unique. This series is definitely, it has dark moments, but it's mainly meant to just give you a heartfelt touch and get you happy. That's exactly what Kotora is. There is some good comedy in it, and I recommend all people that just want a nice, good little school life anime with a character that gets to grow up and get friends. I recommend watching this series this holiday season. Little Buster's Refrain. This series has one episode left to go, but I still think this series deserves to be on this list and discussed about. The same creators, Key and JC Sapp, that actually animated Clanad should know what Little Buster's Refrain is. It's made by the same people, and I will tell you this right now, Little Buster's is probably the saddest anime of this entire freaking year. It definitely has drove me to tears, and I am not lying to that. It really put me to tears. I mean, go look at my freaking episode 11 reaction video. You'll literally see me looks like I'm tearing up like a crybaby, but still, I will tell you this, Little Buster's is a sad high school life with a little bit of supernatural elements that will really, really, really touch your freaking heart. Little Buster's Refrain is Season 2, so if you're interested in the series, and if you haven't watched Little Buster's yet, you need to start with Season 1, because I'm talking about Season 2 right now, so you don't want to see this, I guess, kind of mute the audio until you see me pop up, I guess, the next number for what I'm going to be covering. So I want you all to just, I say, if you haven't seen Little Buster's Refrain yet, or the Little Busters and all, you need to go see this series, because it's definitely a series that will grip your heart. It is so amazing what they managed to do in this series. I mean, it's so close to what Clanad made me actually feel that it is scary. Clanad was the only anime that really, I don't even want to begin discussing. It was just so freaking emotional. But Little Busters, so these past couple episodes of Little Refrain, oh man, it's just, Little Busters, great series, great animation, great voice acting, great freaking music. It has everything that makes a great anime, and it's not an overused plot we see all the freaking time in anime. It's definitely something for anyone to watch if you're into this type of series. Well, everybody, let's move on to the next anime, shall we? Number 12. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. I really have to discuss this anime too. Kind of like Kill la Kill and Little Busters, currently airing, but this series definitely needs to be well more known out there. Definitely underrated, and I was going to judge this series before I ever started to watch it. Log Horizon. Definitely a series I never saw the way its plot went ever to go in this series. When I first saw this series, I thought it was going to be a Sword Art Online or Hack Sign type just ripoff. That's exactly what I thought freaking Log Horizon was going to be about. But you turn around and you stick with a series, you will get a lot more better feels of an MMORPG feel, along with the economics that will shock you to hell and back, because it has economics like Spice the Wolf and Mau Yusha. That is something I never expected in Log Horizon. Economics in a virtual reality MMORPG anime? What? See, what I'm saying is, Log Horizon, don't look for the action in this series. The action Log Horizon, just look past it. Don't look for action in the series if that's what you're coming here for. But if you want a nice, good set of characters, a believable environment, and a world-building anime, then this series is definitely for you. I recommend this series not for people that are big fans of MMORPG, like anime like Sword Art Online, but people that are really into MMORPGs. I'm talking about if you play a lot of those games, then you'll definitely love this freaking anime. And if you love Spice the Wolf and Mau Yusha, you will also love this freaking anime, because it's just a stunning freaking anime. Let's move on, shall we? I don't want to spoil this epic anime. It's currently only on 12 episodes, and I just don't want to spoil it at all. Psychopaths! Oh, I covered this on day 10 of my anime review. Psychopaths is such a great freaking series. I love Psychopaths so much. They did a good job with its characters, music, and the darkness of the atmosphere. Psychopaths was a great series. I haven't felt emotions from like an anime like Psychopaths since Death Note. And Death Note is what actually got me really hooked on thriller, dark horror suspension anime. And that is what I love about Psychopaths. It does a great job with just the criminals, the villains that are believable, just the entire building up of the world of the anime is just something to behold. Sibyl system, God, that freaking, I'll tell you this, I'm not going to spoil it, but Sibyl system, wow, you will be annoyed and probably hate that freaking system the time you watch the end of the series. Only 22 episodes long. Psychopaths is definitely a series if you're into crime, horror, thriller, suspension, and just dark atmosphere. This anime is definitely for you. And you want something like that to watch this holiday season, I recommend watching it. There is a season 2 being announced, or it has been announced. And there is a movie coming out, so you need to watch this series before season 2 comes out and you get way too far behind. So let's move on to the final discussion of the final anime of this video, shall we? A Certain Scientific Railgun Season 2. Now this one is probably shocking to most of all of you. I was quite behind in the series when I started watching this series this year. I actually only watched the first season of Index a long time ago when it first aired, but I completely never watched Season 2 of Index, or ever watched Railgun Season 1, and then Season 2 of Railgun started coming out. So knowing me, I was very interested in wanting to watch the series because I remember the awesome sauce of Index. It's like, you know what? I want to watch the series. So I had to literally catch up on Railgun and Index. I literally watched Index Season 2, went to Railgun, watched Railgun Season 2, and I finally got to Railgun Season 2. It was episode 14. That episode shocked me. Being a big fan of Index when I was really young and getting to see the entire section with Accelerator, that was freaking awesome. But getting to see the entire freaking scene reanimated in Railgun, oh man, that was just, it was really beautiful, beautiful animation, and I love the suspension of the new music they added in the entire scene. It managed to keep the plot flowing in the same direction that Index did, but set from a different perspective of our other main character of Railgun. I really enjoy this series. I cannot wait for Season 3, because Railgun is just something unique about science and, like, freaking the church fighting each other for power in Academy City. That is awesome. I love this series so much. Railgun definitely deserves to be watched. If you haven't seen this series, it's one of those series that will grip you, and I will say you will enjoy the characters and just the awesome comedy they managed to do in this series. Well, anyways, guys, this is going to be my final 12 Days of Anime 2013. Tell me what you think about all these anime I've discussed and talked about to all of you. If you enjoyed this type of thing, let me know. I might do more stuff like this next year and other stuff for different other type of specials for seasons and stuff. But like I said, you all have a wonderful and happy holiday season. Have a great vacation, school off break, whatever it is. You be safe, everybody, and I love you all. Chibi out.